And summer is still rolling in New York, but it feels like summer tonight. It is hot here at the Plattdeutsch restaurant, the legendary Plattdeutsch in Franklin Square, New York, for what they are calling Mayhem in May. Hi again, everybody. I'm Randy G, the commish, along with the former IBA middleweight champion of the world, John Duddy. It is a pleasure working with this guy. And John, tonight there are 7 bouts on the card, and of the 14 fighters, 6 are undefeated, 3 are making their professional debut. But this is a card that is just loaded with 4s and 6s. There's no 8-rounders, no 10-rounders, no 12-rounders. All the fights are 4s, except 2 of them are 6s. I like that because the fans out there are going to get to see some young talent.
Well, it's great to see that. Unfortunately, in boxing today, we don't get to see the young, up-and-coming talent starting off doing the 4 rounds, the 6 rounds. And this is a great opportunity for these fighters to start making their fan base. As you can see, we're going to have a packed house tonight as well. And this is the beginning, and hopefully that could be future world champions.
Well, who's going to be world champion? In just a few moments, this thing is going to get started. So why don't we take a seat and enjoy tonight's fight, Mayhem in May, from the Plattdeutsch restaurant, brought to you by Westbury Jeep.
Tonight's bouts are sponsored by Westbury Jeep. Nobody beats our prices. Paul's Vodka. You don't have some? Get some. Tom Dugan of Maxim Group for all your investment needs. The law offices of Baxter, Smith, and Shapiro. We fight for you. And Spectrum Chiropractic and Westbury Fiat. We will satisfy you. Tonight's bouts are sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission. Chairwoman Melvina Layfield. Commissioner Tom Santino. Director of Boxing Ralph Petrillo. Deputy Commissioner Robert Orlando. Ladies and gentlemen, we're set to go to the first bout of the evening. It is scheduled for 4 rounds of action in the featherweight division. This bout is sponsored by Westbury Jeep at 100 Jericho Turnpike. Nobody beats Westbury Jeep, and Westbury Fiat at 928 Jericho Turnpike. Westbury Fiat, we will satisfy you. Judges ringside, Tony Paolillo, Kevin Morgan, and Julie Letterman. Your referee for this contest, Arthur Mercanti. Introducing first to my left, he is fighting out of the blue corner. He wears black with white. Official weight at even 126 pounds. Tonight, he makes his pro debut from Brooklyn, New York, Stone Harris. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, he wears white with black trim. He took the scales at a ready and even 124 pounds. Professional record, 1 win against 1 defeat. From Far Rockaway, Queens, New York, ladies and gentlemen, Travis Lil Tsunami.
And we're underway. Both guys right-handers, or will they switch up? Sometimes guys start one way, and look at this. Back and forth. Goes Harris. He was boxing right-handed. He switched for a moment to southpaw. John, that's frustrating, isn't it?
It is whenever a fighter knows what he's doing, you know, because it's very unpredictable and you don't know what angles his punches could be coming from. But in fights like this, where the guys have got relatively little experience, sometimes it's inexperience with them changing their stance, and it kind of upsets their own rhythm rather than their opponents.
Naeem Harris out of Brooklyn, New York. Travis Howell out of Queens, New York. Howell came into the fight with a record of 1 win, 1 loss. His 1 win was by decision, and of course this is the debut for Harris in black trunks.
Yeah, Howell seems to be more settled on his feet. He's not jumping around as much, and he seems to be trying to load up on his punches. He's throwing a nice jab to the body there. Naeem Harris seems to carry his chin a little high, especially when he throws that jab, and that could be dangerous as the fight goes on. Nice jab.
This one is scheduled for 4 rounds, and as we mentioned in the opening, of the 7 bouts, 5 of them are 4-rounders, 2 are 6-rounders. No 8-rounders, no 10-rounders on this card. These are young prospects we're going to be looking at tonight.
Yeah, this is their moment to shine, you know, and as you can tell with our packed house here, these guys are only putting on an exciting and explosive show. I think Howell uses his jab a little more. He'll start to notice that Harris is carrying his chin a little high. Howell landing some nice good body shots. And again. Howell is really going to town on the body of Harris here. And you can tell because Harris isn't jumping around on his toes as much.
And that knock you hear is by the official timekeeper here for the New York State Athletic Commission, signaling 10 seconds left in the round. And there we go, 1 in the books in this featherweight 4-rounder. 1 down, 3 to go. Are we going to see a decision here? Are we going to see a knockout? And if we do see a decision, we're going to test John Duddy's judging skills, because, John, who would you give that round to?
I would give it to Hal in the red corner. He was a little more settled in his combinations. He worked the body beautiful there coming into the end of the round. And Naseem Harris just seems to have that little bit less experience and is carrying his chin a little high. So I think if Hal can unload his right hand on time, we might see a knockout tonight.
Thank you.
Yes.
You know, you'd knock the guy out right near the bell, he'd be out cold, the bell would ring, they would drag this unconscious fighter back to his stool. It made no sense to me why that fight should continue.
I think you're 100% on that, Randy. I remember watching Muhammad Ali knocking out Cleveland Williams, and then the round before he finally knocked him out, he laid him out cold in the 3rd round, and his corner came in and actually lifted Cleveland Williams to his corner, woke him up, and sent him back out for the next round.
And that was one of Ali's greatest fights. That was, I believe it was 1966. Yeah, Cleveland Williams, a shell of himself that night, took a ferocious beating, but thankfully, no more saving by the bell in any state, in any round, ever, ever, ever again. And here we are, round number 2 in this featherweight 4-rounder. The man in white, Travis Howell, had a nice first round, a lot of movement, using that jab nice, and his opponent in black trunks, Naseem Harris, making his professional debut.
Howell landed a nice stunning right hand on the chin of Harris there.
5, 6, 7, 8.
And that's all over.
Arthur McCanny gave him the mandatory 8 count, looked right in his eyes, and then said to him, nope, that's it, son.
I think we could see that from the very first round, as Howell was stalking Harris around the ring, setting him up with the jab, with body shots for that big right hand, and he landed it just at the very early seconds of the 2nd round. I thought that was a very disciplined performance by Travis Hall, and very good and very mature for a young prospect.
He calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 1 minute and 15 seconds into round number 2. Your winner by knockout, Travis Little Tsunami Hall.
Well, there you have it. Our first one tonight is in the books. 1 minute, 15 seconds, round number 2. Travis Howell wins his 2nd bout. He's now 2-1. He's out of Queens, New York. And in his professional debut, Naseem Harris goes home with a loss.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go with our next bout of the evening. It's scheduled for 4 rounds in the junior middleweight division. This bout is brought to you by the law offices of Baxter, Smith, and Shapiro, located in Hicksville, Long Island. 3 wins. He has 8 defeats, 1 draw. He has 1 win coming by way of knockout. De Guayama, Puerto Rico, ladies and gentlemen, Jose Jairo Ortiz. And his opponent across the ring to my right, he is fighting out of the red corner. He wears camouflage. He tipped the scales at an even 152 pounds. His professional record, an unblemished 3 victories, no defeats. He has 1 draw. He has 2 wins coming by way of knockout. From Garden City Park, New York, Richie Kid Brazil.
And here we go, our second bout of the evening. Again, a 4-rounder in the junior middleweight division. Richard Neves out of Garden City Park with a record of 3-0-1 with 2 knockouts. And his opponent, Jose Angel Ortiz out of Guayama, Puerto Rico. He's the opponent, obviously, 3-8-1 with 1 knockout. Neves in the, what would you call those kind of trunks, John?
Camouflage, I think. You know?
You talking about opponents? That was
left hook there, no, right in the chin of Ortiz.
That was one heck of a left hook.
Let's see how he backs it up behind the jab.
Ortiz is a very compact fighter, keeps those hands up high. He got caught with that hook. He had dropped that right hand.
Yeah.
But he is just right in Neves' face. He came right back at him.
Well, what Neves needs to do here is use his height and get behind his jab. He's getting too close and giving Ortiz a chance to hold on and tie him up and recover. And as they say, there's nothing more. A dangerous fighter is never more dangerous than when he's hurt. And Ortiz keeping his defense nice and high and letting Neves wing away at shots to the body and head. Neves needs to have more composure, use the jab and pick his shots.
Well, in Angel Ortiz's last fight, which took place on March 9th of this year, he fought Dustin Reinhold at the Convention Center in Providence and fought him tooth and nail for 4 rounds before dropping a 4-round decision.
So Ortiz is showing that he can go the distance in them hard fights, especially with his back to the wall. And Neves is giving away his height advantage here. He should be using his jab and trying to set him up for another good big right hand.
Getting very physical in there. You saw Neves try to just spin him. I'm talking about just physically spin him around.
Yeah, that was nice footwork movement from Neves.
Referee is Danny Sullivan, former Golden Glove champion. So, I mean, this is one of those referees. He knows his way around in there, but I think he's really going to have his work cut out for him the longer this fight goes.
Yeah, well, you can see every time they get close to tall and get tangled, he separates them and tries to let them get back to fighting. Neves has got to get some distance between his punches.
There we go, end of the first round. It was a first round in this junior middleweight bout that saw actually you might say the favorite, Richard Neves, 3-0-1 with 2 knockouts, drop his opponent, Jose Angel Ortiz, in the first minute of the opening round. And then Ortiz got off the deck and came flying back at him and fought him on very even terms over the next 2 minutes in what was a very physical last 2 minutes of the round. Round number 2, and here we go.
Well, we've got to keep our eyes peeled if there's anything like that first round.
Stick it, man. Come on. No, stick it.
Every time Neves gets close, Ortiz is able to tie him up. But as he uses that jab, he gives himself enough room to land the big right hand. Ortiz a little wild there with a left hook himself.
One thing we haven't brought up, and certainly when you have a taller fighter in there with a shorter, let's say a Joe Frazier kind of fighter, the way that Ortiz is, that shorter fighter, arms pumping, always moving in, you gotta watch for headbutts.
Yes, 100%. That's especially at this level. There's always them kind of accidents that can come, and Neves has got to be very wary of that himself, because usually it's the taller guy that become worse off in a headbutt collision.
Well, when you say at this level, all you have to do is go back a few weeks to Chad Dawson, Bernard Hopkins. So I don't care what level you go to, there's gonna be headbutts.
Oh, that's 100%, especially too when you've got orthodox and southpaw fighters in the ring with each other.
Very good point.
Ortiz has seemed to have composed himself from that knockdown in the first round, but Neves is using his jab more and switching it to the body. A little low there.
Did that look low to you?
I thought it was just on the line, you know, on the button, but the referee knows what he's doing. Again, Neves getting too close, and every time he gets close and doesn't do nothing, it gives Ortiz time to let go of punches. Neves really got to establish that jab and keep Ortiz off him. As you can see, Ortiz landed a great left hook to the body.
Nice left uppercut to the body. That one was a real good one by Neves.
And you can just see with the reaction of Ortiz, he grabbed on straight away. Neves lands his best punches behind his jab every time he throws his jab. And when they're close like that, that seemed to suit Ortiz.
Oh, big swing and a miss by Ortiz, and he fell very badly off balance.
Yeah, Neves was nice and cool there and just let the punch fly over his head.
Round number 2 coming to a close, and there it is, bell ending the round. Well, a little extracurricular activity in there, John.
Yes, I think because of the lack of success he had in the second round, he was going to try and maybe take a little pot shot after the bell went.
The bell, round number 3, junior middleweight bout between the men in the camouflage trunks with the last name of Neves. Rich Neves against Jose Angel Ortiz. Neves in the camouflage trunks, his very tough opponent in the blue and white.
Yeah, well, Neves has just started the third round here with a couple of lovely combinations to the body. He's really backing up Ortiz. And Ortiz just seems to be waiting for that one punch. He keeps his defense high, and then he unleashes these wild left hooks and right hands, which luckily at the moment for Neves haven't landed. But Neves using his jab, trying to stick to basic boxing and pot shotting to both body and head. Ortiz muscling his way forward, trying to bully Neves around the ring. Neves again spins him on the ropes.
I love the work that Patrick Sullivan's doing in there. Just telling him, come on, work out. He's letting him work out. He's not always stepping in. Some referees just get totally involved. Every time there's a start of a clinch, they jump in. Patrick is letting them work their way out.
Yeah, he's giving them the chance to fight, which is what the audience is here to see. Unfortunately, some referees tend to think that they're the star of in the ring, and it's the fighters that were here. And Patrick's doing a great job here getting the two guys to fight.
There's some nice work by Neves. a combination, then he stepped away. He didn't stand inside because that's exactly where Ortiz wants to be.
Yeah, as you can see, Ortiz is trying to bully him into the ropes, and every time Neves' back leg hits the ropes, he's able to spin out and take center of the ring again.
I wonder what happened in the career of Ortiz, because he made his professional debut in 1995, and he fought straight up through 2002. And then, after winning a unanimous decision over Larry Green, and it was the second time he had fought Larry Green, he had fought him to a draw just a few months before that. Right after that win, he disappeared for 8 years.
Neves just really upped the work right there now. But back on Ortiz, like having an 8-year absence from the ring can never be good for a fighter. But unfortunately, maybe there was something. Oh, and there's a knockdown or a slip. I think it was a left hook on the chin. Ortiz isn't happy.
And as we talked about it, he went away. I don't know what happened, whether there was some jail stint there, which sometimes that could be. And I'm not saying, because I don't know really anything about his background. You know, maybe he just got fed up with boxing. But he was coming off a win, disappeared from boxing, was out of it, and came back at the age of 38, 8 years later. He is now just about, he's a few months away from his 40th birthday. The voice of John Duddy and Randy G, the commissioner over here, 4th and final round. The man in the blue and white trunks, he has not stopped trying. Almost 40-year-old Jose Angel Ortiz, who got knocked down in the opening minute of the first round and has been fighting back like a madman since.
Yeah, like he's come out in this 4th round and he's really giving it to Neves. He's throwing lots of combinations, hooks, and Neves again is letting Ortiz get too close.
Nice body shot, right hand, and you could see Neves thinking about that one as he landed. That left side was wide open, and Neves just cracked the ribs with the right hand.
Yeah, they always say, what's the best punch? A punch to the chin or a punch to the body? You can shake off a punch to the chin. You can't shake off a body shot.
Oh, I have always said those body shots stay with you like a bad meal.
100%. Oh yeah, it was a fantastic shot, and opportunities like that don't come around often, and Neves has shown that when these opportunities arrive,
Referee Pat Sullivan calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 57 seconds into the 4th and final round. Your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Richie Kid Brazil.
And we're bringing in Bob Duffy. This one's called Two Irishmen and a Jew sitting at ringside.
Who wants to be an Irishman?
Always wanted to be an Irishman. Work with Jerry Cooney on Sirius XM Radio. And Bob Duffy, what a start to the show tonight. I mean, this last one was an action-packed fight. The first one was an action-packed fight. When you put together a fight card, I mean, all the fans out there are just seemingly loving it tonight. But boy, the stuff behind the scenes.
Well, you know, Diana Rodriguez was the matchmaker. You know, she made the matches. I made 1 or 2 of them, but she was the primary matchmaker. And if you see your old friend Ron Stevens here, I got people working with me, Frankie G. Got a good group of people. And Dave Schuster, everything's falling into place now. It really is, you know. We stopped selling tickets before the first fight. There was a line out the door. We had to say no more. Great having both of you guys, you know. We go back too many years. I worked with John for a couple of years. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Bob Duffy, 2 fights down. You got 5 more to go tonight. Looks like it's going to be a great card. Congratulations already on the return to boxing at the Plattdeutsch.
Well, I just want to just reiterate, we're trying to give the kids in Long Island a fresh start because there was no activity when I was working for another employee. So now that I'm back to being a free agent, we have a lot of young kids in Long Island that aren't fighting, and I think this is going to show that they want to keep coming, you know. They want to come back.
Boxing fans, thank you all over Long Island for what you're doing here. Bob Duffy, the promoter, Ring Promotions.
Introducing first to my left, he is fighting out of the blue corner. He wears black with white trim. Official weight, an even 194 pounds. Tonight, he makes his pro debut. From Brooklyn, New York, ladies and gentlemen, Justin, the Joker hits Warren. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He wears gray with black trim. He tipped the scales at a rate of 197 pounds. His professional record, 2 victories. He has 1 defeat and 1 draw. He hails from Bellport, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Willett.
Cruiserweight bout, Arthur Mercante Jr., the referee. Adam Willett out of Long Island. And Justin Warren out of Brooklyn, New York, making his pro debut. Willett, 2-1-1, no knockouts. Let's see what happens in this one. And right away, you see that one of them is an orthodox fighter, the other a southpaw. And as John Duddy and I have been talking, you've always got to watch one thing for headbutts.
Yeah, Willett's a southpaw here. And Warren, that's his pro debut, and you can tell that it is because, again, he's a tall guy, he's carrying his chin a little too high, and he was actually switching stance there, I think, but not through for any choice of doing it. I just think his balance just isn't quite 100%. Willett's trying to get composed, trying to land some big shots. Nice defense, keeping the hands high. Willett with some body shots.
Warren is dropping his hands as he throws shots. Looks like he's a pretty decent puncher, but boy, oh boy, John, when he throws, he drops.
Yeah, you got it. And he keeps that chin very high as well.
Oh, there it is again.
Unloading. Warren's got to be careful again. He's got to keep them hands high when they get close. Willett looking to get closer.
Now this one's scheduled for 4 rounds. Before it goes any further, whoa! Good stoppage by Mercante.
Willett landed a couple of great punches to the body and then a left to the chin.
I was just saying, before it goes any further, I was going to ask you, should Willett be going down to the body? But I never got a chance to ask you that.
Well, you were on the right page anyway. Warren, being tall, has a big body, and Willett used that, hit the body first, and then switch it to the head, and in the end turned out to be very successful with him.
It's going to be exciting, I think, to talk to Willett, because he's going to be coming down to our ringside position to talk about it. And usually when you talk to a fighter right after a big knockout like that, they are just filled with adrenaline.
Oh, definitely. I suppose there's no greater experience than being able to go on and have a fight and performing to such a good standard and getting a KO, especially in the first round.
An exciting Long Islander. Let's listen to our ring announcer.
Referee Arthur Mercante goes home to this contest. The official time of the stop is 1 minute and 40 seconds of the very first round. New winner by TKO from Bellport, New York, Adam Willett.
Well, David Diamante makes it official. Right here at ringside, it's kind of pandemonium right here. A very happy Adam Willett. I was just about to ask John Duddy, should Willett be going to the body? The words never came out of my mouth. Congratulations, buddy.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I want to also thank the promoter that threw this fight. He's a good man. I fought on his first card. You know, I would like the people that support me to let them know that I really appreciate this. And that's all that needs to be said. And thank you for the. I'm pleased about the victory. You know.
Dave Schuster, I want to ask you, Dave, one of the guys behind the scenes here in making this fight, Adam Willett has always had talent. We've known that. He has not been a very active fighter lately. Can we see a lot more of him?
Yes, you're going to see a lot more of him. We want to have him on all our cards. And as a matter of fact, Adam's very special for a couple of other reasons. He's very shy about something, but we have a gentleman here, the CEO of Balls Vodka, and we're proud to present an award to Adam. A lot of people don't know, but a number of years ago, Adam was protecting a couple of girls and was actually shot in the process, and he was fighting tonight with a bullet in his back. And Yahoo from Balls Vodka wants to make a presentation.
Adam, we just want to wish you good luck, and we'll tell you that we're very sure you have balls. You got balls, and we want to give you the Courage Award from Balls Vodka.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.